This is Midweek Politics with Dave Pakman.
Well, Mel Gibson has been caught in yet another racist rant. I'm David Pakman here with you on Midweek Politics. Of course, check out our website at midweekpolitics.com. Make sure to check us out on YouTube as well, youtube.com/midweekpolitics. Well, remember the Mel Gibson anti-Semitic rant, Lewis? I mean, how could we possibly forget it?
Classic. I love it.
Well, this time he got into even more trouble, this time using the term a pack of N-words. And to top it off, he admits to beating his wife. I mean, you couldn't write this any better. This is a guy who just has incredible, if you believe him, he just has the worst luck. He gets caught in anti-Semitic rants he doesn't mean. He gets caught in anti-African American rants that are just misunderstandings. He admits to beating his wife, which, no, he didn't do that. It was just a misunderstanding. It's amazing, isn't it?
And threatened to kill her, too, didn't he?
And threatened to kill her. That's right. Well, a tape surfaced of Gibson threatening his ex, who is Oksana Grigorieva. He refers to having hit her. He refers to her having deserved it. And he refers to African Americans as animals, literally saying a pack of African Americans, and he didn't use the term African Americans, mind you. We'll play the clip for you. The clip we'll play is censored. It's so riddled with F-bombs and swearing that we'll play the whole uncensored thing on the members' podcast. So if you're not a member, you've got to get on that members' podcast because you can't get the full feel of it unless you really hear him in his full glory. Here is just a little bit of the censored version, which we'll play. Mel Gibson in a taped conversation with his ex, Oksana Grigorieva, racism, domestic violence admissions. It's amazing. Take a listen.
Because you're doing something, trying to breastfeed with foreign bodies in you.
So,
Was that it?
it has nothing to do with it.
Oh, it had nothing to do with what? The fact that you had foreign bodies in there?
Correct.
Correct, okay, good. So you're not lying to me about fake
I've never have.
Yes, you just did. You said they weren't. You lied to me before.
What? I didn't. I never said anything of a kind. You never asked me, I never told you. Or maybe you asked me, but I never lied about this.
Not a lie, who cares? So, they look ridiculous. Get rid of them, why don't you? Anyway, you know.
That's none of your business what they
It
look
is,
like.
it is. They look stupid. I'm just telling you. It's just an appraisal. Keep them if you want. Look stupid. See if I give a You know, but they're too big and they look stupid. They look like some Vegas bitch. They look like a Vegas whore. Mm-hmm. And you go around sashaying around in your tight clothes and stuff. I won't stand for that anymore.
I don't walk around. I don't walk
to be that.
I don't walk around in tight clothes. I stay for most
You
of
go
the
out
time.
in public and it's a embarrassment to me. You look like a bitch on heat. And if you get raped by a pack of niggers, it'll be your fault. All right? Because you provoked it. You are provocatively dressed all the time with your fake boobs you feel you have to show off in tight outfits and tight pants and stuff. You see your from behind. And that green thing today was enough. That's provocative.
This is the most brilliant performance that Mel Gibson has ever delivered.
He needs to win an Oscar for this.
This is how Mel Gibson's going to get an Oscar, right? I mean, this is a brilliant performance.
He should have told everyone he was just acting.
Yeah.
Like practicing for an upcoming role or something.
That's the only, honestly, at this point, that's the only straw he could claw. I mean, this is a brilliant performance from an actor who clearly, Lewis, has never gotten the recognition he deserves. I mean, it's brilliant. This is like Robert De Niro in Taxi Driver. Are you talking to me? This is one of the most brilliant, and it's not even a monologue. It might as well be. And by the way, listen to Oksana. Oksana knows that this is being recorded, right? I mean, how did this leak? Somebody was recording the phone call. It was Oksana. I didn't do anything like that. She's completely calm. You can imagine in a real argument with Mel, obviously she's not this calm. She's performing too.
Right.
I mean,
she did drop an F-bomb, though.
She did drop one, but it was completely calm. It was a completely calm one. Now, here's where this gets more interesting. Whoopi Goldberg, who, as you may know, is African-American, she says Mel Gibson is not racist. He goes to her house. They hang out. And I don't understand it. So I said, this can't possibly be true. Whoopi Goldberg is defending Mel Gibson on The View. I'll play it for you. Take a listen. This is unaltered. This is Whoopi Goldberg saying Mel Gibson, even though he has referred to African Americans in a derogatory way and as a pack, right? And a pack means what? Animals. That's the implication. He's not racist. He goes to Whoopi's house. Take a listen.
But I know Mel, and I know he's not a racist.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I do. He may be a bonehead.
Well, that language certainly sounds racist to me.
Well, again, I have had a long friendship with Mel. I just want to clear
point
make
that I
this
wanna
really
make
clear.
out
Let
that-
me finish
okay,
this,
okay.
please. Is that you can say he's being an bonehead, but I can't sit and say that he's a racist having spent time with him in my house with my kids. I can't say it. And so I really just need to say that.
Okay.
You know,
Okay,
I don't
okay.
like what he's done. Make no mistake. This is just...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Before we
Do you think he's
go,
anti-Semitic? Do you think he's anti-Semitic?
I think he's an...
When somebody says to the police officer, the Jews are responsible for all the wars in the world,
Drunks
that's
are-
not anti-Semitic?
You know what, Joy? Let me tell you something about drunks. Drunks say stupid stuff to people all the time. All the time because they're drunk. They're out of control. They're not thinking. They are idiotic. That's why I don't like alcohol. I can't say anything about that because I know what people are like when they're drunk. This rant, I don't think he's drunk.
So after saying that when people are drunk, they say anything, she says that in this rant, he's not drunk. This is Mel Gibson we're talking about. Anti-Jewish, anti-homosexual, crazy Mel Gibson.
Are those anti-Semitic words?
Oh, yeah.
Remember, even he says that he's saying anti-Semitic things. For that to even be processed, right? For it to even come out, you deserve to be raped by a pack of N-words. It has to be in your brain somewhere, right? I mean, a pack refers to animals. Alcohol doesn't make you do that. She says Mel wasn't drunk. I don't get it.
Well, I've got a lot of experience dealing with people and alcohol.
Right.
And I like to say that people do what they want to do. And that people say what they want to say when they're drunk.
That's right.
They don't do it when they're sober because they know better. When they're drunk, they do what they want to do and they say what they want to say.
That's right.
So nobody really changes when they're drunk.
It's a funny argument to say that the drinking makes him say those things. Those things have to be in there somewhere. No matter how much I drink, I'm not going to start throwing the N-word around, right? I mean, you would attest to that.
Right.
It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to start putting out anti-Jewish conspiracies no matter how much I drink. It just doesn't make sense. I don't know what's wrong with Whoopi Goldberg. I mean, remember, this is the same, by the way, you know the anti-Semitic rant. On homosexuals, Mel has gone out of his way during interviews to say that he is afraid people would think he's gay because he's an actor. He stood up and pointed to his rear end, saying that's only for going to the bathroom during an interview. This is Mel Gibson, by the way. This is Mel Gibson's best work. This is better than Braveheart. This is better than Lethal Weapon. This is better than Conspiracy Theory. And by the way, this religion stuff that Mel Gibson has gotten himself involved in, it doesn't seem to be calming him down at all. Now, it doesn't seem to be helping one bit. Remember how many friends of Mel Gibson's are Jewish, right? I mean, this is no different. Just because Whoopi is his friend and is black, it certainly doesn't clear him. And let me throw in, by the way, missing from the entire narrative and media coverage is that there's a domestic violence component in here, which he admitted to hitting his wife and threatened to kill her, I believe. Ex-wife, allegedly, I should throw in. That's not being mentioned, right? I mean, it's not being really discussed that, by the way, the domestic violence component is just as horrific as the racist component.
Right.
Okay, well, Mel Gibson deserves an Oscar for this, absolutely. Midweek Politics is made possible in part by CSR Wire, the corporate social responsibility newswire at csrwire.com, by DIF Design, specializing in custom business websites at difdesign.com. To find out more about underwriting Midweek Politics, visit midweekpolitics.com.